Today we are going to solve some free quiz from our API 1169 Pipeline Construction Inspector course. Before that, I would like to give you a tour of what this course involves. It has 5 hours of video, 53 lectures, 400 cue cards, 600 questions. Pass first time or a free renewal. For any reason whatsoever, you could not attend the course or you fail. It has 120 days, 24/7 course access, and it covers all the publication effectivity sheet. Module 1 explains important facts about your exam application. Module 2, body of knowledge, scoring area, reference codes, and standards and exam tips. And both of these modules are free for all to study. Module 3 illustrates important pipeline construction phases and safety issues with ample pictures, so you are more in the pipeline construction environment and if more ready to answer practical type of question. And module 4 through 14 covers INGA, CGA, practical guide, 1169, pipeline welding, safety in welding, pressure testing and safety, liquid and gas pipeline, ISO 9001 and API Q1. Module 15 has 7 sets of flashcards that should be treated as important exam question material. Module 16 has 12 US HSE documents and 4 practical guides highlighted, which is used for open book part of the exam. And module 17 has 6 sets of mock exam with over 600 questions with explanations. You go here, you can read module 1 and 2, basic facts, exam tips, benchmark quiz, and all the videos. Body of knowledge, exam tips, and the videos and explanatory pictures, INGA, best practices, practical guide for pipeline construction inspector, clearing, stockpiling, bending, welding, coating, lowering in, backfilling, cathodic protection, hydrostatic testing, restoration. And then 1169 pipeline construction inspection is covered in module 7, pipeline welding, API 1104 in module 8, Z 49.1 safety in welding in module 9, pipeline pressure testing, API 1110 in module 10, and pressure testing safety CSS 9, module 11, liquid and gas pipeline B31.4 and B31.8. These are recommended to read. We have also brought them. It's not for exam because this is already covered in API 1104. For the sake of your study, we brought it as well. ISO 9000 QMS, Quality Management System, the vocabulary module 13, and API Q1 section 345 in module 14. And then we have highlighted all the 12 US documents and 4 practical guides for potential exam question that you would be needing for open book. And also we brought 7 sets of flashcard and 6 sets of mock exam. Go to our free quiz and solve some question. This we try to simulate the same API exam environment, so you would be like we have a flag here, and we have a percentage of progress on our mock exam question. They are timed, and then you can see the answer immediately or at the end. And we have also brought some useful information regarding what would be the body of knowledge and area of examination for you, and how the API, for example, exam question developed, and some other useful tips. Okay, let's take question number 1. All of the following are the monitoring and reporting duty of pipeline inspector, except all aspects of pipeline construction. Yes, the API 1169 pipeline construction inspector is involved with all aspects of pipeline construction. Be involved with the contract and agreement. Yes, they should be also involved with the contract and agreement and see what are the requirements. monitor safety and health and environmental aspect. Yes, and that's why you have got the open book, which is mostly about safety, health, and environmental aspect. And the API 1169 pipeline construction inspector has the power to stop the job if he feels the job is not safe, practically representing the client and contractor's method of working. So this is, you wouldn't be involved because you can't be judgmental on how they do the job, and you're not their advisor, the contractor's advisor. As long as they tick the boxes, that's good enough for you as eyes and ears of the client. So you do all of this except commenting or on contractor's method of work. There are thousands of ways to do a job, and as long as they did it correctly, that's good enough for you as satisfy the PO and contract requirement or project specification. That's good enough. Next, WPS qualification and ND acceptance criteria is brought in API 1104. Now API 1110 is for safe pressure test, 936 is for refractory, and 598 is for valves. So the correct answer is the acceptance criteria for ND and WPS is in API 1104 for pipeline. Pressure testing procedure of pipeline shall be according to API 1110. So 1110 is about the pressure testing of pipeline. 1104 is about the welding and NDE. 660 is about heat exchanger, and I don't think there is any 1140. Crossing company is the one to install, operate, and maintain a new pipeline who needs owner's approval of his crossing plan when reached within 50 feet of existing facility. So the minute you reach the 50 feet, you need to of a facility, you need to inform the owner. Owner's representative, whom you're approaching, shall be present when crossing company is excavating within 25 feet of existing facility. Unfortunately, you have to remember these. They're treated as practical questions. Due diligence corridor is the survey corridor plus 50 feet on each side. Excavate up to 25 feet from existing facility with motorized equipment. After that, you should be careful when excavating any closer. So, this one, excavation tolerance zone is 24 inch, I guess, from existing facility. This means getting any closer to existing facility should be by non-mechanized equipment. So any further, you need to use non-mechanized equipment for excavation. To be careful because you might mechanized equipment are not that accurate when excavating, and you might damage the existing facility. The closest distance between existing facility and new pipeline shall be minimum, I think it's 12 inch. That's the minimum distance. Obviously, if you use a buffer plate or anything, you can even, and under a special condition, you can even be closer if you cannot avoid that 12 inch distance with the existing facility of your pipeline and the existing pipeline. Crossing angle of new pipeline should cross the piping at 90 degree ideally, but not less than 45 degree. The reason is that the quickest time, the quickest distance or the shortest distance when they cross each other, so reducing the risk in case there is explosion or failure, and maximum should be 45 degree. I brought notes here so you can understand why the question is right and the one is wrong. The new pipeline burial depth shall be a minimum 36 inch. So the 36 inch is from the top of the pipeline. So obviously it should be more than 36 inch because you need a bed to lay the pipe on that. And then the pipe diameter itself. So 36 inch from the ground level would be from the top of the pipe. That's called burial depth. When water plat or plot of land should show any existing buried facilities are right of way, because that's basically you want to see where they are, so you don't clash with them. The pipeline does not clash with them, so you go under it or over it, or take some precaution when excavating. The purpose of above ground markers is to identify underground facilities, locate for excavation. I think it's one of these two, not sure, let's see. Yeah, to identify underground facilities. To locate for excavation, no. To circumvent the one call process, no. To allow for excavation, that doesn't mean if you mark it so you are allowed to excavate. That's definitely wrong. So you just see the existing facilities, so people who are excavating, they know where are the existing facilities, just for more transparency and awareness. Above ground markers are developed during the design process and include the following, except the company name, type of facility, emergency contact, owner's number. This is a bit tricky question because we really are looking for operator's number. So the owner maybe is the owner operator, but we need to know who is the company name and what type of facility is it. Is it oil, gas, utility? What is the emergency contact? And the owner's number or phone number might not be the actual people who operate that. So when you talk to the one call center, they know who to talk to if you don't have the number. Pre-bid conference provide a forum for the contractor, owner, and other interested parties to discuss the following: accept the project and record the binding changes or clarification to the scope of the project, to review contract documents, to review regulatory requirements, schedules, and to finalize the cost. The cost you don't discuss at the pre-bid conference because that's something the procurement department, finance department will be involved to finalize the technical aspect and production fabrication aspect of it. Facility owner, operator need only belong to a single one call center, and so that's why that you need to call one center so there is no confusion. These call centers are geographically located and they have an overlap with other call center, so there would be one single processing facility for your request or any communication, so there would be no confusion here. The color code of gas oil is yellow. Unfortunately, you have to remember this for telecom, gas oil, water, etc. And the corridor marker indicates the width of the facility, not the length. Anyway, the pipeline, the length, the height of the facility, the area of, so obviously this is the obvious answer, width of the facility. That's a safe distance. Before excavation, the excavator calls the one call center at least 2 working days. So this is what has been agreed by all pipeline operators and companies, relevant companies, and within 2 working days. If within 2 working days, the owner of the existing facility does not respond, it does not stop the you from continuing your work. So they have 2 working days to come if they have any objection or anything. If not, then you can carry on. When the excavation site cannot be clearly and adequately identified on the locate ticket, the excavator designates the route and or area to excavate using, I think it's white pre-marking. So just for more transparency, you mark that. Last question, excavation tolerance zone is, I think it's of existing facility. This means getting any closer to existing facility should be by non-mechanized equipment. I think it's 24 inch. So you see, you can flag this off. Yes, and then you can view all the results, and you put your name and the results, and you can see the results here and all the reason and what the mark you got. So you got you scored 21 out of 21 points, and also it tells you all the reasons, the notes here, plus you should receive a copy of this to your email if you put in your email. Thank you for watching.